Welcome to Houston. We have a trash problem. The only place where the stars are shining, the satellites are spinning, and apparently, humanity still forgot to clean up after itself. Humanity looked at the infinite beauty of space and somehow said, "You know what this needs? More garbage." And honestly, that is both impressive and deeply embarrassing. When most people think of space, they imagine astronauts, rockets, maybe aliens if they are feeling adventurous. But floating quietly above our heads is something much less glamorous: space junk. Space junk is made up of dead satellites, broken rocket parts, and tiny pieces of debris left behind by old missions and collisions. So yes, even in orbit, we have leftovers. And these are not harmless little souvenirs drifting around like confetti after a party. They move at incredibly high speeds, which means even a tiny fragment can hit like a bullet. That puts working satellites, space missions, and future exploration at risk. And suddenly, this is not just a science problem, it becomes a people problem. Because those satellites are not just up there looking pretty, they help us use GPS, predict weather, communicate across the world, and respond to disasters. So when orbit gets more crowded and more dangerous, the effects do not stay in space. They come back down to us. Not always physically, but socially, economically, and technologically. That is why space junk is a social issue. It raises a bigger question about responsibility. If humans treat every shared space like a temporary rental, then of course we leave a mess behind. We did it on land, we did it in oceans, and now we are testing that same habit in orbit. That is not innovation. That is just bad behavior with better technology. Space should represent curiosity, progress, and possibility, not a junk drawer spinning around the planet. So maybe before we dream about building cities on Mars, we should prove that we can clean up after ourselves closer to home. Because if we cannot protect the space around Earth, what exactly are we bringing to the future? Discovery or just more trash? Because space is not just a place for exploration, it is also a shared responsibility. And right now, Houston, we really do have a trash problem.